1. I work in the UK as an accountant for a fairly big firm. Our office in the city centre has an intercom and camera to converse with people at the front door. However, it has been broken for a while, so we just walk downstairs and greet clients. We are the only tenants of our building, which is quite clearly marked as an accountancy firm right outside the door, right next to the postbox, and then multiple signs inside. Roughly 6 months ago, I was in the office browsing the internet during my lunch hour, and the intercom started buzzing. It's not my job to answer the intercom, but many people were not in the office due to it being lunch, so I decided to go down and answer the door. An irate man, let's call him Angry Cretin, was stood behind the glass door, with a yellow plastic envelope in hand. I knew instantly what the envelope was, and that I was in for a mouthful based on the expression on his face. The street in front of my building has free parking for 30 minutes, but no returns after 2 hours, so, you guessed it, the envelope was a parking ticket. I began to open the door, and as soon as I did, I got verbally abused by Angry Cretin and his girlfriend, as they tell me that the sign outside says free parking always. It doesn't. The conversation went something like this. Angry Cretin:
I can't believe you've given me this ticket for parking here. The sign says parking is free. I want to speak to someone.
Me: I haven't given you the parking ticket. That has nothing to do with us. Angry Cretin:
Well, it clearly is, because I parked outside this building. I want to speak to your manager now.
Me: You can speak to him if you want, but he'll say the same thing as me. I then tried to correct him by showing him the signs, plural, outside, but he took me walking towards him as a show of confrontation and got more angered, shouting more. Me: This is an accountancy firm. I was going to show you the sign outside the office. Angry Cretin:
That doesn't mean you haven't given me the ticket. This is appalling.
Me: Yes, it does. We do accountancy work. Also, why do you think that you can park for free there, when all the other car parks around here make you pay £4 and this road is empty? Don't you think that this road would be completely full by lunchtime on a weekday? At this point, Angry Cretin walked outside to prove me wrong, checked the sign that apparently said free parking and, lo and behold, could not find his leg to stand on. He then actually looked at the parking ticket, and I could see the horror on his face as he realized it had come from our city council. Angry Cretin then proceeded to sink into the floor. It's definitely a real parking ticket given by the city council. There is a parking enforcement officer that walks past our building countless times each day. He gives the tickets out, and although it doesn't say on his uniform that he works for the council, I'm 100% sure he does. 2. One recent afternoon, I was home alone. My preteens, 11 and 12, had gone to play with some friends at the park across the street. I had been up late the night before, so I was running on fumes. I fell asleep for a lovely minute in the living room, only to be woken moments later by an angry, loud banging on my front door. I groggily answer it. It's a neighbour I vaguely recognize. She, of course, is wearing yoga pants, pushing a jogging stroller with a wee one inside, and has a stellar RBF.
You have the blonde kids, right?
She barks. No, my kids have dark hair like mine. I tell her, wondering what the fuck she wants.
Well, you know them, right? I see them over here all the time.
I tell her that yes, I know him. They are my friend's kids.
Well, where do they live?
She demands. Now, I'm not about to go giving out private info to strangers, and I can't remember their exact address anyway. They live down that street, I said, pointing around the corner.
Well, anyway, she replies, I just wanted to let you know that I have seen those children on multiple occasions cross the street without looking.
Okay, I said, getting annoyed at this bitch, but they are not my kids.
Well, I see them over here all the time. What are you going to do about it? It's just not safe.
Again, I said, they are not my kids.
Well, I have seen them on several occasions. Besides, those kids shouldn't be at the park by themselves.
I just stared at her blankly, realizing in my sleepy state that she is a horrible helicopter mom, and she is never going to get off my porch or shut the fuck up. "Okay," I said. "Thank you for letting me know." I then very gently closed the door. This was my mistake. I immediately heard sputtering and yelling.
"How dare you slam the door in my face? How rude! I demand you open this door this very minute and speak to me!"
The yelling continues, and I decide this lady has lost her mind. I decide to go out my back door, leaving her yelling on my porch. I run across the street to the park, see my kids and their blonde friends, and tell them to look both ways. I then ask my kids to come home. I'm afraid Crazy Lady will show up with her jogging stroller and make a scene. As we're heading home, dang, I run into said Crazy Lady, barreling down the sidewalk towards the park. Shit.
"How dare you slam the door on me? You are a very rude, horrible person," she exclaims.
"Listen, lady," I tell her while cutting across my backyard. "Those weren't my kids, but I told them to look both ways. I didn't mean to slam the door on you or be rude, but you woke me up to complain about kids that aren't even mine."
"Well, you didn't need to be sleeping while your kids are at the park anyway."
She then stormed off to spread her joy elsewhere, and I wish the story ended there. Except I've heard from other neighbors she is talking trash about us. She is a lovely gem. Thank goodness she at least isn't my direct next-door neighbor. 3. A few years ago, I was a sweet summer child, freshly out of college with zero idea what I wanted to do with my life. I was a homeowner after a maternal unit moved overseas and gave the house to me, and I decided to work for a house painting company for one summer while I got my metaphorical ducks in a row. The next summer, I was out of the painting business and working as an EMT, which meant sometimes I would have a full day or two off, 24 on, 48 off. I noticed my house was in need of some paint touch-ups, so I decided to do them myself. I had brushes, paint, nothing to do, and some beer, so I went at it one Tuesday afternoon. So I'm working on the frame of the front door, dressed in old painter whites and a t-shirt with the sleeves cut off, and I sit down to let the primer dry and have a beer. I am happily perched on the front step when I notice a "Can I speak to your manager" haircut, with a face that looks like she just ate 12 lemons, staring at me from the sidewalk. My front lawn is decently long and slopes down a hill, but I could see an artery pulsing in her neck from my spot. She had a dog next to her, so I just wave and say, "Cute dog." I guess my words broke the floodgates, and she unleashed upon me a verbal assault of which I understood about 30%. The gist: "How dare you drink on the job on this nice property? You don't deserve to sit there and waste the hard-earned money of the well-educated person that owns this place." While I'm pondering this, she's still spewing forth condescension at me, which culminated in "Uneducated, lazy, menial, freeloading, immigrant drunks like you are what is wrong with this country." Well, I'm white. Like, really white. Blonde hair, green eyes, born and raised in the good old US of A. Specifically, in this house. Perhaps I look like some sort of insidious immigrant from far away. So I stand up and make my way down to her, but not before cracking open another beer. She's positively quivering with anger and indignation. Her dog is pulling at the leash to say hi to me, so I bend down and say hello back. When she says, "Well, what do you have to say for yourself?" I raise myself to my full 6'2" height, which towers over her little 5'0" self. She doesn't back down, and the following conversation ensues. Me: "Hello, ma'am. What seems to be the problem?" Her: "You? Sitting there wasting the homeowner's money so you can get paid to be a lazy drunk." Me: "Oh, I'm being paid. Seems odd. I didn't feel the need to pay myself for this. but I suppose that could be fun to try. Her gears turning. Pay yourself? Don't make me laugh. Some deadbeat like you couldn't afford this house. You need an education for a real job. I'm wondering what her education fixation is all about, but not caring all that much. I just want to entertain her conversation enough to really get her mad. Maybe her head will explode. Me, well, I didn't buy this house, my mother did, but she left it to me when she moved overseas after I graduated from college. Her, smirking. Oh, did you go to the local community college? Known for not being great? Only someone working as a painter would go there. Me, actually, if you look at my shirt, you'll see it says Ivy League School Athletics, which is where I attended school and played a sport. I am in good shape because of that, so I figured I would keep that up by working on improving my own little home while having a few beers to cool off in this heat. Did you attend community college? Because if so, I can see how you might not be able to understand that. Disclaimer, nothing wrong with that community college. It's where I got my EMT license. Just wanted to watch her boil. And oh boy did she. Her eyes widen bigger than I thought possible, and her mouth starts working like elderly folks do when they've lost a lot of teeth. Lots of lip twisting. This culminates in her rearing her ugly head back and spitting on the front of my shirt. You probably stole that from someone, you ungrateful piece of shit. Okay, well, not sure what I'm ungrateful for, and ew, germs. So I tell her that it's been fun, but I'm going to continue working, and turn to walk back up the lawn. She grabs the back of my shirt and attempts to pull me backwards. Doesn't work, so I spin around and smack her hand off me. She flops like a Premier League soccer player, flinging herself all over my lawn, howling like she's been shot. She's let go of the dog's leash, so he comes over to me for pets, happy as a clam. Her yodeling has brought some neighbors out of their homes, including my cool next-door ones. They come over and I give them the story, and ask for their phone to call the cops. Mine was inside charging. They laugh and hand it over. I let the cops know that some coot canoe is gyrating loudly on my lawn. Could they please come remove her? I return to my work. My cool neighbors probably have started making popcorn. A little while later I hear the cops arrive. Crazy is still singing her fucked up opera and starts screaming at the cops a story of a belligerently drunk squatter who's painting site of said squatting, who chased her with a baseball bat and broke her arm in multiple places. Her talons point to me, so I come down and tell the cops the whole story. They crack up. Apparently they know the nutcase by name, and so they tell her to call her husband to get the dog, again, and cuff her for trespassing and disorderly conduct. Dog hung out with me until the husband, apologizing profusely, came and got him. He also informed me that they are in divorce proceedings, so that may have made her crazier than usual. Never saw the lady again, thank God, but have developed a neighborly relationship with her ex and the pup. All's well that ends well. 4. I work at an eye doctor as an optician, and our job is mostly made up of scheduling patients, checking insurances for benefits, ordering glasses with RX, and other front office duties such as customer service. All of this happened in Spanish, so, my Latin friends, you may understand what dealing with a 60-year-old Hispanic woman is when you try to explain to her how things work. A little bit of background before this happened. The patient, we'll call Hispanic lady, called a couple of times before wanting to schedule for an eye exam with the doctor. And out of those many times we had told her, her insurance will not cover her eye exam until later this year. Reason for this is some vision insurances cover one eye exam every 1 or even 2 years. In this case it was 2 years. Later that day she comes in. Hispanic lady.
Hi, my name is Fulana del Tal. I have received multiple calls from you stating that my insurance won't cover my eye exam. Why is this? If I haven't ever seen an eye doctor before. I've never gotten glasses.
Me, alright, let me see. Do you have your insurance card? What is your vision insurance? Hispanic lady provides information. Me, looks through patient insurance provider's website, comes up she isn't eligible, had an eye exam billed last year. Okay, so I see here that your insurance recorded that someone billed your eye exam and your insurance won't cover until next year. Hispanic lady.
Well, it's wrong. I've never seen the doctor and I've never gotten glasses. Unless you billed my insurance to get money from me. I came in last year to get a quote on the glasses and how much I would pay for having my prescription filled.
Me, that's not possible. We have had to have billed only for your eye exam, not glasses. You are not covered for glasses. Hispanic lady.
I know. I have to pay out of my pocket for them. They were like $300. This is ridiculous. I've never seen the eye doctor.
Me, skeptical, hearing she came last year to get a quote on glasses. To get glasses for reading near or far, we need a doctor's prescription note. Alright, let me check something really quick. Looks for her file in our filing cabinet, finding her name, same date of birth and insurance, had an eye exam with the doctor last year, has a prescription signed by the doctor. We quoted progressive bifocal polycarbonate transition, AR and frames together for $300, never came in to get them. Alright, here we have in file you saw the doctor, you got a prescription signed by the doctor last year. Hispanic lady.
Yes, I know. I saw him, but I never got glasses.
Turns to my coworker.
Do you understand me? I feel like you're not understanding me. Why are you billing my vision insurance if I never got glasses?
Me, yes, I understand. First, let me say this. Your vision insurance does not cover your glasses, only your eye exam. The cost of the glasses is something, hand signals far apart, totally different from the cost of the eye exam. We need to bill your vision insurance for the eye exam you had. Someone needs to pay the doctor for the eye exam. This is not a free service. Hispanic lady.
Oh, God, please help me. But I didn't get glasses. You shouldn't be billing my insurance.
Me, okay. Everything I've told her I've said very calmly. Okay, ma'am, did you see the doctor inside the room? Hispanic lady.
Yes.
Me, did we pre-test you with machines and then have the doctor look inside your eyes? Hispanic lady.
Yes.
Me, okay, there you have it. All that is an eye exam, not including the glasses. Puts hands together, just an eye exam. We need to bill your insurance with that day of service you saw the doctor. Hispanic lady.
But I didn't get glasses.
5. Rewind to Halloween 2015. My birthday is October 30th, so I'm pretty partied out from the evening before. But there's a costume contest at my favorite bar and I wanted to go. Knowing that getting an Uber there and back would cost a small fortune, and that I didn't want to get drunk, I drove myself there. Around 1 a.m, some folks decided it was time for a late night meal. I hop in my car and drive over. At the time, I was the proud owner of a P71 Crown Vic, retired police car. I'm waiting at a red light downtown. My windows are rolled down, I'm smoking a cigarette and my music is blaring. Out of the corner of my eye, I see a group of 4 people walking towards my car. By the time I realize what's happening, it's too late to lock my doors and they all pile in. Girl hops shotgun yammering drunk on her phone, while 3 more pile in the back. Me, hey, I'm not your Uber. Drunk girl.
Yeah, okay, I know this is an Uber.
Me, no, I'm not your Uber. I'm going to Denny's. Drunk girl.
Yeah, just take us home.
She then proceeds to recount the evening with the folks in the back. Okay, whatever. I hope they like Denny's. I make a left, when they were expecting a right, and things start to click. Drunk girl.
Wait, where are you going?
Me, Denny's, I told you I'm not an Uber driver. Check your app. Drunk girl proceeds to check the app, and notice that Stephanie in a black Prius already cancelled the pickup. I'm a 220-pound bald man with a massive beard, dressed like Billy Mays in a white police car.
Oh.
I park and get out of the car, and proceed to open the back doors for the folks in the back. Never got the doors fixed. Glad it never was a safety issue. Drunk girl.
Well, what do we do now?
Me, you're welcome to come in and join us for breakfast. Drunk girl and the gang declined, and I left them in the parking lot while they presumably waited for a new Uber. Hey everybody, Hellfreezer here, and thank you very much for listening to Idiots in the Wild, number 3. Thank you very much to everybody who allowed me to use their stories in this video. Currently recording this at 6:53 AM on Monday, because I was sitting, enjoying the remainder of my weekend. I just got done playing some Arizona Sunshine. I was just getting to grips with it, quite enjoyable. And now here is... So what's that? That's annoying. Well, maybe it's just a house settling. So what the hell? That's not the house settling. That doesn't sound right. So I went looking around. Eventually I could hear the sound was coming from upstairs. So I go to the upstairs front bedroom. Not the one I sleep in, it's essentially the junk room. It used to be my parents' room, but thank God they can't see it now. It's the junk room. And I discover that my heater, my water heater, is leaking. So I thought, well, does that constitute an emergency or not? Because that would leave me without hot water. In fact, if it gets worse, I might have to shut the water off. So I thought, yeah, that's an emergency. So I phoned the emergency number up. And they sent a young fella out. He took a look at it, and he's like, "Well, it's I've turned it off for now. So I've still got cold water, but I don't have hot water. There'll be somebody out today." I was like, "Well, can you tell me when, mate? Because I kind of work through the night and sleep through the day." He's like, "Oh, well, so can you just kind of give me a rough idea when?" He said, "Well, it can either be like 8 to 12, or..." I said, "Aye, that's fine. Okay, yeah, 8 to 12. That way, it's probably easier for me to just stay awake than go to sleep, then wake up having only just got a few hours, which is probably going to be worse for me." So I figured, if I'm awake anyway, I may as well start making videos. So I got the audio done for these. Yay me, well done Hellfreezer. I'm patting myself on the back. I just hope they don't take all day to come, and that they do come within the 8 to 12 window. That's a 4-hour window that they said they would come. Fingers and toes crossed. Okay, and with that I'm going to head off for now. So until next time, thank you very much for listening, and take very good care of yourselves.